Good morning, class. It is Friday, almost to the weekend. Today, we will actually be starting our last aspect of urbanization. Had we been in class today, I would have said that when we're working with urbanization, this is actually going to be a major topic of our last unit. Um, but right now we're in migration and the movement of people, and we're looking at the great influx of people to cities. So we're examining that issue of why people are drawn to cities. um, we will be looking at the effect of that number of people in cities in our last unit, which is on population. So we're going to, even though we're going to do work on urbanization today, and you'll finish this up on Monday, um, you will revisit this in our last unit. So it is kind of a start of things. For today, you need your Chromebook, and if you still haven't done the Ed Puzzle video or you choose to watch a video that I mentioned, you'll need earbuds or headphones. And obviously, if you're watching this, you're going to need earbuds, headphones if you're not going to annoy people. So, on to our agenda. Here is our agenda. I'm trying to keep things as similar as possible so that it's easy to find each day. So the assignment that we're going to be working on is linked here in addition to the slides, and I'll talk you through that in a minute. Our attendance form, like all of your teachers have been reminding you, please complete your attendance each day. We keep track of that so we can pass it along to the district. Fill that out. It should only take a minute. And then here is our Flipgrid. We've continued to have a ton of responses to our Flipgrid, and like I said, it is probably my favorite aspect of our e-learning is your responses. I just learned that my own son, Ryan, has a question of the day. I heard his teacher's voice as I was kind of getting all of my documents set up. And I'm like, Ryan, what are you doing? And then I heard his teacher ask a question of the day, and they were responding to Flipgrid. I had no idea that they did this or that she was doing that. So I actually will pose her question to the class, to you all, on Monday. That will be our question of the day. I'm stealing hers. I haven't told her that. I will. I'll have to let her know. So, but today's question is, many of you mentioned that the number one thing you're doing to occupy your time is playing video games, yet many of you failed to tell me what video games you're playing. So what games are you playing? And if you are not a gamer like myself, although I mentioned in a lot of my feedback that maybe over spring break with more time, I actually might play my own kids' video games if we're still in the situation. But what are you reading? So you can answer both if you want. For reading, the book on the left is what I'm reading, and that is my textbook for my current grad class. My current grad class is going on as normal. It's all online, so I still have all of my work that I have to do, and all the deadlines are the same. And then the book that I ordered over that should arrive soon is Future Value, and it's about scouting and baseball. And I'm hoping that with spring break, I actually get a little extra time to read because right now, between grad school and e-learning, there's not a whole lot of time to be reading. So that is my response to that. So on to our other reminders. There is the daily diary. I have updated every single day of e-learning, what I've been up to in written form if you're interested. And then I definitely encourage you all to keep track of your own diary or journal. Um, our Padlet is being used a lot, especially by Connor Furby, who did a song about your global studies teacher to the Gimkit dream weaving song. It's interesting, as Furby is. So yeah, so feel free to add anything you create during this time or anything you'd want to share there on our Padlet. So on to our assignment. Our assignment is here. I'm going to give you 2 days for this assignment. So, like I told some of you about the Google Earth activity you completed yesterday, don't spend more than 40 minutes on this. I mean, that is our directive from the superintendent, my big boss. It's something that I tell my own two kids, you know, work work for a class period and then stop because that's what you're supposed to do. So I'm going to give you 2 days for this assignment. Some might get it done in one day, and then you'll have an extra day to kind of get caught up in either my class or other classes, depending on what you have on Monday. But it's today and tomorrow, and let's get into what you're going to be doing. So for urbanization, we're going to look at the positives of urbanization as well as the concerns about urbanization, and you're going to create a tour or a Google Earth tour um, about this and detail that. So I'm going to toggle over from our slides to the document that you're going to be working on. And the document you're going to be working on is right here. And again, like usual, I have to close out the sharing button. All right, so positives and negatives of urbanization project. You're going to take what you've learned via what you've read this week, and then you're going to, or what we've watched together. So, like your textbook about Mexico City, the video on DACA, anything that we've read so far or discussed. Um, and then you're going to create either a Google Earth tour, and I will show you a demo of mine, or a VR tour using Google Tour Creator. Your tour, what does it need to have? It needs to have 3 positives of urbanization with detailed descriptions as to why these things are causing people to want to live in cities. 3 concerns about urbanization with detailed descriptions of the problems these growing cities are experiencing. And then with each stop, if you can add a photo or video, that would be fantastic too. The nice thing about Tour Creator is that you can also add wave sounds. So if you want to add the sound of city street via wave file, you can do that. You can also add narration if you want to type less with Tour Creator. That is an option as well. So this will be due on Tuesday. You'll turn it in on my Canvas assignments with the shareable link. I'm going to walk you through a tour that I've created. Now, I did not do the full tour. I just did this. You guys use creating, so they used to have Tour Builder. I'm kind of discouraging students from using that because I don't know how much longer it's going to be around because Google has decided to put everything on um, Google Earth so that you're creating within the platform. So if you remember, you're going to click on this button, and when you click on that button, it's called the projects button. You're going to create a new project. I'll walk you through how to do that in a second on the regular one when it loads. I should have loaded it before. My apologies, but I'll show you my um, my demo tour in a second. First, I want to load Tour Creator as well. Okay, this one is still loading. As we can all see, the interwebs is slow, and I guess that's an issue globally. So if you're having issues. So up here, here's a quick demo on how I set up my Google Earth urbanization tour. You're going to drop a pin and add your explanation. You need to have 3 positives, 3 negatives of urbanization. You may use any of the course materials, or you may use additional materials as well, as long as they're credible sources. And then feel free to, or please include at least 1 image or 1 video for each stop. So we all watched our video about Dhaka, Bangladesh. So Dhaka is over here. And if you notice, um, I added the, um, there's a video here about Dhaka, Bangladesh. And actually, if you're looking for, this is not the one that we watched in class. This is one that uh, is a supplemental. So if you're looking for other ideas, I'm going to move myself. One of the positives of urbanization for Bangladesh is jobs. Over 2 million people are employed in Dhaka's garment industry. So there's one positive. I also included our other video about Dhaka, Bangladesh here. So that's an example. This is meeting the requirement. You're having a pin, you're having a positive of urbanization, and you're including a picture or video, including, I actually put, that's just an image. So I put an image and two videos. You only need one per each thing. You read about Chapter 9, or Mexico City in Chapter 9, and in here, they're going to talk about one of the things that they mentioned about in Mexico City um, was the fact that the sewers are overloaded, and that's just one problem caused by that rapid urbanization. The image there is a sewer diver, and they actually have sewer divers that are used to unblock clogs in the sewers in Mexico City. You also read about in your text that they have horrible traffic congestion. So I mentioned uh, the ski lift used as a form of commuting. And actually, this is the video from it, and it's actually a BBC series, World's Busiest Cities. Had we all been together, we would have actually watched the World's Busiest Cities about Hong Kong in class together. It is fantastic. This one is on Mexico City. It's also really good. So if you're looking for a series to watch, unfortunately, it's not on the regular interwebs. You have to have Netflix to stream it, but that's how I learned actually about the ski lift transport is through that documentary on Mexico City. So I definitely recommend it. So obviously you can see I have um, two concerns with Mexico City, one positive with Dhaka, Bangladesh. That's three. I would add three more on there and make sure you have a picture for each. You can do different cities here. If you're looking for ideas of where to get more information, not that guy, this guy. I'm going to slide myself over here. Um, there is a Guardian article, or actually, it's a series of articles. If you click on the link, I think I have it open here. Um, it is 50 different stories about urbanization. So, this is something that they did starting in 2016. It stretched for a while, but you can see, get out of here, ad for the Guardian. Um, Story of Cities, 50 that reclaim streaming, The Heart of Soul, Palestine. So they go through and they profile different issues going on within urban areas across the globe. Um, Actually, this one is on the world's largest refugee camp. That's our next topic. We're going to start that on Tuesday. So you can go through here if you're struggling to find ideas, clicking through and getting ideas for your three positives and three negatives. In addition to that, on our resources is a video about megacities that is has a lot of good information. So you can click on the link if you don't want to read. You can get and you're struggling from ideas from. Ideally, you're using your positives and negatives of urbanization chart. Those ones right there, you can do that. If you don't understand how to create a tour via Google Earth, here is a tutorial video. If you want to use Tour Creator, you can do that. I'm going to show you that in a second. And then finally, if you um, want to use ThingLink, which is a tool where you can put a picture and then create hotspots, do 6 hotspots, 3 positive, 3 negatives. If you use that for other classes, you can do that. If you have another tool that you want to try out that you're aware of or used before that I'm missing, feel free to email me and I will approve it or deny it depending on what I know about that tool. All right, so let us get to creating in Tour Creator and Google Earth. Um, if you look up top here, this should be the one that is opening, and there it is. So walking you through how to do this, you're going to click on the projects button. When you click on the projects button, you're going to hit the tab up top that says new project. All right. You're going to create the project in your drive. So click on the top button. Then you're going to title it. So title it with your name. So urbanization project Miss Keelahan. All right. I'm sure she does good work. At least I hope so. I hope it's as good as her math work. Then you're gonna you can skip the description there. You can then just go to adding a new feature. Search a place to add. Then you're gonna type the name of the place up top. I'm gonna type in DACA because that is what we do. It'll populate here. It will then fly us over. Whee! And we're there. All right, once you get there, you're going to first, you won't have my face there. You're going to add to project. When you get to add to project, you're going to, again, I'm going to move my face. You're going to edit the place. When you edit the place, it's going to come over here. Here is where you replace your description, or if you want to add your image here, you're going to upload it from Drive or search for it. Then down here is where you're going to type in your text, your positives and negatives. Like I mentioned before, we did this with your Journey of a T-shirt, or most of you use this platform. You can change the icon, see more icons. It'll give you more icon choices. You can change the color of the icon to any of the ones here. Do not worry about the latitude and longitude, all of that. Just once you're done with that, remember, this is the thing that tripped people up. You got to click the back arrow, all right? And then you're going to click new feature and then search, and you're going to repeat the process all over again. Once you get your pins done, you're going to go here. So let's see. Oh, not that. My bad. My projects. All right. So with your projects, we're going to get, say Miss Keelan's done with her project. She's going to go to the share. It's just like a Google Doc or whatnot. You're going to get a shareable link. You're going to make it so that anyone can view. You're going to copy the link, and then you're going to post it to my Canvas assignments. All right. If you